son great. Gabba Selassie, they played into his hands completely, and he's away and on the way to the World Championship. The world record holder, Gabba Selassie, 22 years old from Ethiopia, wins the in third place, then two in the red there in fourth now, and on his shoulder coming through as well, looking really strong, just in front of boy Ryan Hill is out of it, he's not going to make the team. Bernard Lagat is going to take it, leading the green in second.
Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, and Kakadash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shah, pushing the true cross to 4 winds in these last days, seconds, and times. I played that clip of these guys in these long endurance races because on the last leg of those 10,000 meters, those long 400-meter races and up, those endurance races, on that last leg, you give it all, okay? And in this thing of ours, I'm likening that to this walk, this warfare we in, and this truth, okay? We're on the last leg, and you have to give your all. You have to endure and fight in this warfare all the way to the end. And in the end, you have to give your all to be counted one of the elect men of Yahweh Shema Shah. You have to let it all go. And when you look at those marathon runners, those long distance runners, one thing they do year round is they're diligent in working out. They're diligent in working on their craft. All right? They work before those races. When they get to those races, they're in tip-top shape. Even the guys that lose, they are in tip-top shape. And that's what we have to be doing in this truth. We have to be working on our craft, buffeting ourselves, all right, that we could fight this great warfare and make it to the finish line. All right? This is Proverbs 6:16, and it reads, all right? No, I meant 6:6, Salaki. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, and consider her ways and be wise. And the ant is a hard worker. The ant works day and night during the summer and spring months, preparing itself for the hard winter. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to, while Yahweh Shema Shah may be found, all right, and while these rivers of living water are gushing out throughout the 4 winds, we're supposed to be getting built up and laboring and getting built up on our most holy faith so we can get through the winter, which is the hard time, which is Jacob's trouble. All right? And you're supposed to be learning from the ants. All right? Okay? Because they're such a hard worker, which having no God, overseer, or ruler, provide her meat in the summer and gather her food in the harvest. All right? And that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. The food that we're gathering is this wisdom and knowledge that is stabilize us through the hard times. All right? When we see great death, heads rolling, this great red dragon coming down us, trying to kill us. All right? We have bounties on our heads. All right? When this chip is out and the famine is in America and pestilence is running rampant. Okay? This knowledge and wisdom is supposed to stabilize us. And right now, we're supposed to be buffeting ourselves, studying, fasting, praying, seeking Yahweh Shema Shai like never before. All right, so we can finish this race and go through this hell that we have to go through. All right, you're not just gonna march in the kingdom of heaven if you ain't put in the work, man. All right, those ants can't get through that hard winter if they didn't work hard in the summer and spring months. All right. And if you think you could do that, you're deceiving yourself. That's that Christianity doctrine. You could be a nigga all year round and think you're going to go in the kingdom of heaven when you think the Most High is going to choose you when they got men laboring and toiling and doing they all, sacrificing and losing everything that they own. The Most High is going to choose you over them when you've been lackadaisical, lukewarm. Nah, it don't work like that. Okay? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25, and it reads, you can go there. Let me get it. All right. I'm going to start at 24. Know ye not that which run in a race run all, but one received the prize? All right. And these guys, everybody that runs in the race, man, they work out. All right. They watch what they eat. They are disciplined. Okay. And that's what we got to be in this last leg. Discipline, offending less, having a self-analysis of ourselves, and working our soul salvation with fear and trembling. And the way you work out your soul salvation, fear and trembling, keep your eye on the prize and let nothing distract you. And run full throttle down that last leg. All right? Not looking to the, like a horse when they be in the Kentucky Derby, they had the bridles on. All right, that's how we supposed to be. Having our eye single, man. So run that you may obtain. All right, that's where we at right now in this thing. We at the end. At the end, you supposed to be getting stronger. At the end, you supposed to be offending less. At the end, you supposed to be pruning yourself to where you just a chaste virgin. At the end, you're not supposed to be making the mistakes we made in the beginning. We're not supposed to be being slothful at the end. Okay? If we enter in the kingdom of heaven, the Most High is only bringing in the kingdom of heaven the cream of the crop. All right? He's bringing in those laborers, his faithful prophets. He's going to tell them, well, job well done, my good and faithful prophet. All right? The hard workers. All right? It's only 12,000 slots for each tribe, man. No matter what tribe you're in, you got 12,000 slots to get in. Get 12,000 slots, man. There's billions of people on earth. 12,000 slots. You think you're going to make it in over a guy that's diligently working, laboring, enduring sufferings and temptations? That's not going off onto the right or the left. He's trying to perfect himself. It's not going to happen. If you're rocking in that spirit, you're deceiving yourself. Okay? And every man that's striving for the mastery is temperate in all things. You got to discipline yourself. To be temperate in all things, you discipline yourself. You trying to make yourself the best prophet. You try to, when you go on the highways, you pray that your tongue don't slip, that you bring out the right precepts. All right? You study all week so you could be sharp no matter what somebody come up against you. You could defend the gospel. You could teach without being ad hominem, hitting people with ad hominem attacks. You trying to be perfect, man. And most of all, you live in what you preaching them 6 days before you go to camp. Most of all, what you're teaching and preaching, you're walking. Okay? And that you have to be a disciplined man. The men that go into the kingdom of heaven are going to be disciplined men. All right? We're going to be like Yahweh Shai. He's that standard. We're going to be like Paul. They are that standard, man. Okay? Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. These guys that's running these races, going hard into the end, They doing it for a corruptible ground, gold fucking medal, bronze medal, fucking metals, shit that somebody can steal and take from them. Okay, but we are incorruptible, man. When you becoming immortal, you cannot be corrupted. When you live in 1,000 years and manipulating the elements and going through wormholes, all right, that can't be taken from you. Okay? If therefore so run, not as a certainly, so fight, not as one that beateth the air. When you beating the air, you're missing the mark. When you're being slothful, that's beating the air. When the Elder Torah tell us to do, which is Yahweh Shema Rashad, is speaking through the brother. Damn. Is Yahweh Shema Rashad is speaking through the brother. When he tell us to do 3 videos, and you're content with doing 3 videos, but you have the spare time to do 5 or 6, all right, that's missing the mark. You just being content with doing the bare minimum. That's missing the mark. A lot of brothers do 3 videos because their life is so hectic. They got to go to work. They got children. All right. And they strive to get those 3 videos in. They work hard to get those 3 videos in. Then you got guys that have more spare time. All right. If that guy that's getting those 3 videos in had more spare time, he'll do 7 or 8. All right. So you have to watch yourself, man. Okay. You have to buffet yourself. You have to do as much as you can. The scriptures say, let me get this. But you know on this is 2nd Ezra. I always bring out this passage, 9 and 7, and it reads, and everyone that shall be saved, all right, that's the ones that's going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. All right. Every brother that makes the mark, that goes down that last leg full throttle, all right, that's going to be delivered from the delivered from the lake of fire, okay, and shall be able to escape by his word. You're going to be escaped by your work. So you do much as you can. You go hard as you can. You go full throttle. We're on the last leg. We're on the last leg. Our race has been a race of endurance. Now we're on the last leg. We're at the end. You got to be locked and loaded full throttle. Like on those video I just showed, these guys, this was all videos of guys that was on the last leg. They was on the last hoop, the last lap of the race. If you looked at the whole race, the majority of the race, they was just pacing themselves. But when you hear that little bell, ding, 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 to let them know this is the last lap, you see them start kicking in the full throttle. That's where we are in this walk. We're on the last leg. When you hear that little bell, ding, 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 you running full throttle, man. Okay? You work and you do as much as you can. You still deal with wisdom and knowledge. You don't overburn yourself out. I'm not going to be over righteous. All right? But you make sure you locked in with the spirit, man. Tapped into that power. Okay? Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you believe. So you got to work, but you got to work, and you got enough time to do 6 videos, 7 videos, and you just content with the bare minimum, man. That's not the cream of the crop. That's not the cream of the crop, man. That's just what Elder Torah said. Most brothers should be able to get in 3. He was thinking of brothers with subject to payment, so on and so forth. Different trials and various things in their life. He not talking to a brother. You get 2-3 days off, 2-3 whole fucking days off. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get in more than 3 videos. You should be able to do at least 2 a day, 15-minute videos a day or more. The spirit is heavy on brothers, man. The spirit is flowing heavy. Okay, and I'm not being over righteous. Sometimes I get the bare minimum, man, and I have a lot of spare time. But I try to always do more than 3. All right? You got to make your call in the election sure. I try to go out and teach more than once a week. All right? During the week, you buffing yourself. Brothers have fallen a lot in this truth. You offend less. The mistakes we used to make, you don't make them no more. There's no room for, we in a time right now where there's no room for error. Matthew 5:48, he say, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Right now, we're supposed to be perfecting ourselves. Not going off into the right or to the left. Having our emotions in check. Our houses in check. Making sure young brothers getting built up in the spirit. All right? Purging any leaven that's in us. Fasting like never before. That's what we at in this thing, man. All right? We're on that last leg, man. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8, and it reads, finally, Akim, whatsoever things are true, this is what you have to do, and which is the doctrine. Whatsoever things are honest, the doctrine. Whatsoever things are just, this doctrine, that standard that our great King gave us. Whatsoever things are pure, this doctrine, this truth. Whatsoever things are lovely, how beautiful are the feet of him that bring forth good tidings, man. It's this truth. Whatsoever things of good report. This truth has stood the test of time. If there be any virtue, anything be of praise, think of these things. You're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, occupied in this truth, putting off that old man, putting on that new man. Fasting, praying, lamenting, tending to Yahweh Shem Shai's house, cleaning the house, closing up the breaches. All right? Disinfecting the house. When he come back, he want to see how you doing with that vineyard, man. Pulling up weeds, fertilizing the vineyard, watering the vineyard, pruning it. He want to see his vineyard looking immaculate, man. He want to see his house looking beautiful. He don't want to walk in the house and got throw up on the tables, man. This is what we're doing, man. Those things which you have both learned and received and heard and seen me do, all right? And Yahweh and the power of peace shall be with you, all right? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Emulating what you see Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Tahar, Apostle Elder Tahar, Elder Ariel Lab, Elder Ricard, what they do, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We have beautiful examples. We're at the end, man. And the elders always pushing that out, man. Look, ain't no room for weakness now. We're at the end. You ought to be on fire. And if you're not, something wrong with you. You ain't on the elect. It's a telltale sign you might not be on the elect. If you're not diligent right now, something wrong with you. That's what the elders of Great Millstone push. Being on fire and being diligent, man. Not going off. There ain't no time to be dealing with fugazi shit. We've been there, done that, man. We're purging, man. There's no time to have an ill will towards brothers, man. If you have an issue with a brother, you go to the brother, you work it out according to Matthew the 18th chapter. It don't work, you don't go before the church and it don't work. You separate like Paul and Barnabas and keep pushing. You pray for that brother. You keep pushing, man. Just to be sitting around a brother having ill will and stuff, man, nah, man. You fix that thing. You don't let the sun go down on your anger, man. You apologize to a brother. You got to be perfect, man. You will not get in the kingdom of heaven with ill will towards a brother, man. If you go off, if you did something foul and brothers looking at you in a bad light, that's on you. All right? That's on you. You have to take what you've done. You got to understand. I mean, these is men of the Lord. All right? When you was around a bunch of brothers and they seen you do fugazi, fucked up shit, all right? There is nothing wrong with them having an outlook on you when all they could do is look at and see. All they have to remember is what was going on when you were around them. All right? Now, as a man, as a righteous man, you fall, you get back up. You don't sit in no wars, me spirit, and you keep pushing, man. Okay? This is the book on, well, I'm going to use that scripture last. It's another one I want to get. What's the other one? Oh, Ephesians. Book of Ephesians. This is Ephesians 6 and 10. And it reads, finally, you see, finally, we're at the end, man. The brother say, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh Shem Shai. We're supposed to be getting perfected. We're supposed to be getting strong now. We're not supposed to be having excuses. You're supposed to be so strong. If your elder brother fall, you could just fit right in that slot. If he can't make it to camp, you're supposed to be right in that slot. Every brother's supposed to be strong now on their most holy faith, man, and in the power of his might. This is not the time to, I can't do this, or I never did this, or this was a problem. No. We passed that. And you know, we passed that. Man, the Most High is being merciful and gracious to the body. You pray fast and you ask him to perfect you. He's doing it. If he's not doing it, something wrong with you. You may not be of the elect. He's answering prayers. He's breaking generational curses. We're in that time where his men are being perfected. The elect is being sealed. It ain't no gray area in this thing, man. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, because they're going to come. The wiles of the devil is not going to stop coming all the way until the end. That's why the scriptures say he that endures to the end. Satan don't give up, man. Satan go hard, man. What the Most High created him to do, he do a great job. He get an A+. He's set up to be an adversary to the righteous men. And he's not going to let up all the way to the end. The more the Most High pour out the Spirit, the more Satan is going to be a fucking wicked demon coming at your ass. Okay? Where was I? All right. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual weaknesses in high places. And the only way you can fucking fight a demon, you have to be built in the spirit and have the protection of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You can't beat a demon, man. A demon don't get weary. A demon don't get tired. A demon don't get thirsty. Okay? A demon is immortal. The demon has a broader knowledge base than you. You can only use a percentage of your brain. A demon damn near know all the tricks of the trade. Okay? The only way you can combat these wicked forces is being built up in the spirit, having Yahweh Shem Shai's covering. And the Most High only covers diligent men, man. All right? Wherefore, take on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in that evil day, and having done all, to stand. That means, the word stand means fight. Fight to the fucking end, man. Endure to the fucking end. Whatever this devil throw at you, fight. Like when those guys running that last leg, them dudes be tired, man. A lot of times they cross that fucking finish line, they put their hands on their head, on their hips. Some of them even fall to the ground to get some more oxygen in, man. Those races be strenuous on those guys. That's how this truth is. With the devil coming at you, man, it's not going to be easy. You got a tempest on one side and a disco inferno on the other side, and you're on that narrow path, man. And the whole time you're on that narrow path, you got Satan throwing darts and shit at you, man. That's why the man that endure all that stuff, all that shit, is a perfect man. He's a spiritual juggernaut. And right now, if you're not getting built up and being a spiritual juggernaut, and you just you wavering, you're not diligent, all right? You're not thorough. You're sloppy, you're slothful. Man, we're at the end. It looked like you're not gonna. Hey, but that go for me. That go for anybody. Being at the end, the brothers, the body should be a finely tuned oil machine. It shouldn't be a jalopy, because we're at the end. What does 2 Corinthians 11:2 say? Let me get it to show you. If you at the end, it's 2 Corinthians 11, chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousies. For I espouse you to one husband, that I might present you as a chaste virgin in Yahushua. Yahushua is ready to come get you as a virgin. Yahushua ain't getting no body that still got leaven in him. He ain't coming to get nobody that still got period blood on him. He's coming to get a chaste virgin, man. An untampered with virgin. Okay? Those are men that had their house in order. Men that were purified. All right? Men that offended less. Men that grew in the spirit and did better, went from glory to glory. That ain't nobody that's descending, fucking up, making the same mistake two and three times, man. All right? And I'm going to end off with this passage, man. All right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8, and it reads, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. All right? Yeah, brother, you might start off slow out the gate. You might, trip and fail during the middle of the race. Yeah, you're going to fall. And it's truth, you're going to fall. The creation is subject to vanity. All right, you're going to fuck up. All right, but you don't make the same mistakes twice. You don't have a pattern of bad works, man. You keep pushing. Until when you get to the end, man, you're supposed to be damn near perfect, man. When you get to the end, you're supposed to be built up on your most holy faith. You're supposed to be a spiritual juggernaut, man. You're supposed to be that took advantage of the grace and mercy that's been extended to us. All right? And you're supposed to be flowing in the spirit, rolling in the spirit, man. All right? At the end, maybe not in the beginning, but at the end, because the end of the thing is the kingdom of heaven. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Okay? So with that, Lord willing, to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, and Kakadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my beloved brothers in this truth, laboring for their penny, being diligent. All right? Seeking Yahweh Yahushua while he may be found. All right? And doing to the end. Kwame Asharala, Baba Ba.